I'm Jennifer and I'm super excited you're here because today I am putting together my annual Easter brunch. I have an Easter brunch every single year and this year it's going to be super fun and really cute. I have some adorable little recipes that are absolutely delicious. I've already put out my decorations and now I'm going to get my recipes put together for tomorrow. I have some that I start the day before and that way I don't load up and have everything all on one day. Let me show you how quick and easy these adorable little recipes are to put together. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I have set out my decorations and I'm all ready for Easter and my Easter brunch. I have my platter set out to put my food on and my coordinating decorations. Egg salad always reminds me of Easter because every year at Easter when I was growing up, we always had hard-boiled eggs that we would color and decorate. And then afterwards, to use up all of the eggs that we had colored, my mom would always take the eggs and make egg salad. I looked forward to it every year. Now I'm just gonna cut the egg whites up in little small cubes. All of our little whites are all chopped up and now it's time to take a fork and just start mashing up all of the yolks. We don't want to squish them and compact them into the bottom of the bowl. We just want to break it apart into little pieces. Okay, our yolks are nicely crumbled and now we're going to go ahead and add in our mayonnaise. I usually start off with just a couple really big scoops. I'm going to add in a couple teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. I'll just take a rubber spatula and gently start folding in the egg yolks into the mayonnaise. I want to get this mixed up really well. Now I'm just going to add some regular yellow mustard. This will give it some nice color and just a little bit more flavor. I'll get this folded in and then we're going to add in all of our egg whites. As you can see, this is super easy and it makes wonderful sandwiches. We love putting this on lettuce and having it just on top of a salad. It's a really nice little snack. Sometimes we've even put this in some burrito shells and rolled it up for breakfast. It makes a really nice breakfast or lunch or any meal of the day. And it's a great thing to take in your lunch with you. Now I'll fold these egg whites in. And there we have it. A wonderful, delicious, beautiful egg salad. The next thing we're going to make is a hash brown casserole. This is going to be a really cheesy casserole. We have hash browns here, 2 pounds. We have 16 ounces of sour cream, 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese. We have a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. We have some onions here and we also have a half a cup of butter. I'm going to melt this. We're also going to add a can of cream of chicken soup. I've already put the chopped onion in the bowl. You can add as much or little as you like. The recipe calls for half an onion, but that's determined on how big of an onion you have. So put as much or little of the onion as you would like. I'm going to go ahead and pour the butter in. This is a half a cup of melted butter. And now I'm going to add the salt and pepper. I'm going to put in our sour cream. This is 16 ounces, so 1 carton of sour cream. Now we don't want our butter scorching hot when we pour it in. We don't want to curdle our sour cream, so just get it nice and melted, but not scorching hot. I always put a pot holder underneath my bowl so that when I'm stirring and mixing things without my stand mixer, I can just easily turn and whirl my bowl right around, and it works really great without scraping around on the countertop. All right, now it's time to pour in our hash brown potatoes. You can use hash browns or home fries. I'm using this southern style. I'm going to put about half of it in and mix it up. It just works out easier that way than putting the whole entire bag all in at one time. And then I'll put in the rest and get this mixed up as well. Now I have my potatoes frozen, but it depends on what time you're having your brunch or your dinner, or if you're going to have this for breakfast, you can put this in the refrigerator the night before and have it ready to go to put in the oven and bake in the morning. But I want to make sure that my potatoes are going to be thawed before I put it in the oven. If not, you stand the risk of it still being cold and frozen. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese. My friends and family love this recipe. It is so wonderful. And like I said, you can easily prepare it the night before and put it in for breakfast the next morning. You can even add different things to it, like cooked ham or different types of, you could put cooked sausage, anything that you like that, you can put in and mix it up, and then just put it in the oven in the morning and bake it. And I'll put in my cream of chicken soup. I have a 9 by 13 sprayed casserole dish, and I'm just gonna scoop all of the potatoes into the casserole dish. I'll just spread this out, and I'm gonna cover it and put it in the refrigerator. It'll be all ready to put in the oven before the brunch. This takes 45 minutes to bake on 350. I have a little tray of cookies that I'm gonna set out at my brunch today, just some little treats, and I'm gonna put some little frozen sugar cookies on a tray and get these baking in the oven. While our cookies are baking in the oven, I have some sweetened coconut here. It just comes in a package like this, shredded coconut, and I'm gonna add some green food coloring to the shredded coconut. I'll just mix this up with a fork. You can also put this in a plastic bag with the food coloring and just shake it up and mix it up and stir it around. I put my little jelly beans in a dish. They look just like little bird eggs. With these pre-made sugar cookies that are frozen, we don't want to overbake these. They get dry really easily. Now I'm going to scoop up some of our colored coconut into our scoop. I'm going to take it and put it right on top of the cookies and press it down slightly right into the top of the cookies. This is going to be a wonderful little nest right on top. We don't need any icing for these cookies, but if you'd like to put icing down first, you can surely put the icing down. Now that we have our coconut on, it just took a minute, and now we're going to take our little eggs and press them right down into the top of the cookies. Press them nice and firm right down into the top so that they stay right in place and they don't fall off. The cookies are still nice and soft, so this way they'll shape right around the little jelly beans. And there we have it. In just minutes, we have beautiful little Easter cookies. Now we're moving on to our next recipe. I'm going to take my sugar cone and put it on the foil and just wrap it up just like this. I have one sheet of crescent dough here, and I'm preheating my oven to 375. I'll just unroll this sheet of crescent dough, and I have a pizza cutter handy, but you could always just use a knife as well. Roll the crescent dough out and try to get it in a nice shape of a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the closer to the rectangle shape, the easier you can cut your strips. And I'm just going to cut my strips with this pizza cutter. I think I'm just going to cut right down the middle. And then 2 strips on each side. Just like that. Now I'll take my dough and take the great big long strip, and I'm going to start wrapping it around this cone. We want to make sure it overlaps just enough so that it can stick to itself and doesn't leave an opening. Try not to stretch your dough out too much. Then when you get to the end, just try to give it a nice finishing edge or tuck it under the piece below. Just like that. Now don't go up over the top too much or it'll be locked in and you won't be able to pull it out. I'm going to go along and just make a nice little edge right here so that it's not locked into the foil. Now I'm going to put it on a parchment lined tray to bake. And now our cones are ready to take to the oven. We'll bake these at 375 for 10 to 13 minutes or until they're golden brown. The cornucopia carrots have been cooling for just a short time, and now I'm going to carefully take this and pull out the foil cone. I'll set it back on the tray to continue cooling. They just turned out lovely, and they'll be a perfect little vessel for our egg salad. For our next recipe, I have a bowl here with garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and I have some French fry seasoning, which is just like a seasoning salt. I got this at Walmart. It has a really nice orangey color to it, and that's really great for the cheese ball that we're going to make. I have 2 blocks of softened cream cheese here, and I'll put the cream cheese right in. I'm going to also add some food coloring. I've also just added some yellow food coloring. I'll see if I need to add any red as well to make this look orange. I'm just going to take the back of a spoon. This is the best way to mix up cream cheese when you're making a cheese ball. Just take the back of a spoon and just start pushing it all together. It's looking a little yellow. I'm going to add a little bit of red in just to get that nice vibrant orange color. I'll add a little more yellow as well. I make a cheese ball for every big holiday, all the major holidays, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. I always do a different shape and design, but this year I wanted to do a really large carrot. I've been making carrot cheese balls for many years. I was going to do a little rabbit, and I decided, a carrot is just so traditional for our Easter celebrations. Just keep mixing and mixing until you have everything incorporated. When you get started mixing up your cream cheese for your cheese ball, if it's too firm, just put it in the microwave for no more than about 12 seconds at a time until it softens up. But don't get it too warm. We don't want to warm it up. We just want to have it nice and soft. And then try to carefully just lift it right out onto the tray that you're going to be using. That way the tray doesn't get all messy. Once you get it on the tray, just start smoothing it out and shaping it into the shape of a carrot. And here's what our cheese ball looks like right now. And now we're going to cover it with some cheddar cheese. I have some sharp cheddar cheese here, but you can use any kind of orange cheese that you like. Just start putting the cheese right on and just start pressing it down so that it sticks and doesn't fall all over. Some will get on the plate, but you can easily clean that off and just push it right up along the sides. And this is what the cheese ball carrot looks like. I've placed it off to the side of the tray so that I can lay a nice line of crackers right down the side. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably already know that I love making cheese balls, especially at Christmas. I make a different little snowman cheese ball every single year. You can always look back and check on those videos and watch the little snowman cheese ball videos. Now I'll just wrap this in plastic and put this in the refrigerator. This is always best to make the day before. That way it'll get nice and firm and all the flavors will blend together. Moving right along to the next recipe, I have some honey graham crackers, and I have some candy melts and some little Easter sprinkles. I'll just go through and break the graham crackers in half and put them on the tray. I have a tray lined with wax paper, and I'm just going to set it right off to the side. This is what we're going to put our little treats on after they're dipped in chocolate. I place my little sprinkles in a bowl with a spoon. This way I can easily sprinkle them right on top of the little treats. I have a couple of forks ready because these work really great when I'm dipping the graham cracker cookies in chocolate, and a spatula to mix the chocolate. Now we'll pour the chocolate wafers right into the bowl. I'm going to start off with about a half a bag. After 30 seconds more, I've taken the wafers out again. Now I'm going to stir them up for a second time. They're really starting to melt this time. As you can see, I have a shallow, wide bowl. This way I can easily put the graham crackers in there and push them all around to make sure they're completely covered. Just keep stirring and the chocolate will continue to melt. I have the graham cracker cookie, and I'm just going to dip it right down in to the white chocolate and turn it over. You can lift the chocolate right up over the top and then just pick it up and drain off the extra. If you have it too thick on there, just take the other fork and smooth some right off the top, and then just drain it right across the bottom on the edge of the bowl, and that'll take off all of the excess chocolate. Now we'll take this and put it on our baking tray lined with wax paper, and we'll take our little spoon and sprinkle on just some little Easter candies right on the top. I'll keep on going until I get through all of these graham crackers. Make sure you sprinkle them as soon as you set them down while the chocolate is still nice and soft, and all of the little sprinkles will stick right into the top. And this is how our little white chocolate graham cracker cookies turned out. And here's our dessert tray all ready for the brunch today. Be sure to take your cheese ball out of the refrigerator about 45 minutes to an hour before your guests arrive. This way it'll be easy for everyone to serve themselves. Now we're going to take our beautiful cones, and we're just going to start filling these with egg salad. I'm using a narrow spoon and I'm just going to lightly press down the egg salad into the cones. I'm using pure maple syrup and brown sugar to put on my ham. I'm going to layer it in the pan. I've already cooked it and now I've taken it out and Alan has cut it up for me. We're going to lay it back in the baking dish. And I'm going to just drizzle this maple syrup right on. This way all of the sliced ham will completely be coated with a wonderful, delicious, tasty syrup and brown sugar. And here's how our wonderful little egg salad cornucopias turned out. They look like wonderful, delicious carrots. They're super cute. I'm so happy with them. And this is our delicious cheese ball all ready to go. Brunch is going to be so wonderful. As soon as the ham and potatoes are done, we'll be ready for our meal. And of course, then we'll have our dessert. I am so glad you were here. I appreciate it so much. I had a really wonderful time putting together this super easy, super fun, delicious Easter brunch. I would be so happy if you click the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.